welcome to my channel and today's video. I'm going to be sharing a nature unit study from Daily Skill Building. I've worked with Daily Skill Building in the past and this is one of their new releases and I'm super excited to share it with you guys. So today I'm going to be sharing the Science Through Nature from Daily Skill Building. This is a companion curriculum unit study guide that goes along with this book, Nature School. So I'm going to be showing you what's in this book and how their companion guides kind of turn just a normal book into a curriculum for your homeschool. So today's video is sponsored by Daily Skill Building. They sent me these items to review and share with you guys. So thank you so much to my friends at Daily Skill Building for sharing this brand new curriculum with us so I could share it with all of you. What Daily Skill Building does is they take, I want to say, like popular kind of like homeschool books. Like this book you would find at Amazon. I'm sure you've seen it in the homeschool world. They take these and they create a companion guide that really walks you as a teacher through, your students through all of the information in this book. So it's kind of like a journaling, just knowledge check. And so I've done videos before on other companion guides Daily Skill Building has done. So I will link those down below if you want to see what other materials that they offer. Now, Daily Skill Building does get permission from these companies to use their books kind of as like the guide, but they're not like affiliated. Daily Skill Building is all on its own and they're the ones that create these companion guides. With this companion guide, you have both the option to purchase it digitally, which is really easy if you want to just print it out. If you have multiple kids, you can download it right away after you purchase it and have it. Or they now offer printed options. So this is the printed grades 3 and up option. It's huge, as you can see, because they do have at least one page or more for every page that's in this book. So you'll walk through that entire book. So this is the one for grades 3 and up. Then they also offer for grades K through 3. So this is going to be for those younger kids. You'll notice that there's probably just less on the page. The lines are kind of that dotted for when they're still learning to write. Something really exciting is I'm going to be doing a giveaway in today's video. So I have some extra companion guides for both ages, the K through 3 and the 3 and up, that I'm going to be giving away. To enter this giveaway, because I have multiple items to give away and multiple age levels, there's a link down below in the description. It's through, I think the company is called Raffle Copter. I don't know. It is something along those lines. It's down below. Click that link. It's going to ask you a few questions. That's going to enter you into the giveaway. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. And if you're not already, make sure that you are subscribed. So if you want to win one of these already printed curriculum guides, go ahead and enter that giveaway now. All right, so let's look at the book that the companion guide is based off of. This is the Nature School book. This is lessons and activities to inspire children's love for everything wild. So there's a cute cover with all of these like just different nature elements. This says travel through 5 of Earth's largest biomes, studying plants, animals, and their adaptations for survival, and learn hands-on through nature experiments explained in each lesson. From the arid desert to salty seashore, investigate extraordinary ecosystems, discovering the role of predators and prey, and learning about life cycles, climate, landscape, and more. So this book takes you through the 5 different biomes, and within that you're going to learn about plants, animals, life cycles, all of the things. So we can see how it's broken down. In the beginning, we have temperate forest, deserts, seashore, grasslands, and wetlands, and then different topics in each one of these. This book is around 140 pages long. It's all in color. This section starts off with just a description of like what is a temperate forest, and then it breaks into the ecosystem, the different layers, all of that. So this book already is a great resource, but you could turn this book into your nature study curriculum. If you're still kind of on the edge of you don't know maybe what to do for science this year, maybe this is your first year homeschooling and you just kind of want to start, a nature study is a really good option because it covers multiple things, right? We're talking about the different biomes, but we're also talking about animals. We're talking about plants. You may be able to get a kind of a good baseline of where your kid is. It's going to talk about things like weather, water cycles, life cycles. Those are all basic fundamentals in any science course I've done, unit study. These are the basics. And if you live somewhere where you can go on like nature walks or go, you know, take a quick trip somewhere, you can really kind of embed this like love of learning. I think nature is like the best way to start like teaching science. So like I said, this book on its own is just great, but if you're like me and you want a little bit more planned out, a little bit more like checking, like are my kids understanding, you want them to kind of follow up with some journaling or answering some questions, that is where these companion guides are going to come in and really just change everything. So like I said, this one is printed from Daily Skill Building. This is almost 300 pages big, so they're pretty big, and that is what I mean is this could last you your entire school year or beyond. Or if you purchase just the digital, then you could print as you go. Maybe you already have your science planned out for the year, but maybe part of your science is going to go into, I don't know, the seashore. Maybe you're doing like an ocean unit study, and so you could just pull out unit 3 out of this book and do the corresponding notebook pages in this as well. So I've done that with past things from Daily Skill Building. We haven't worked it front to end. I've pulled out what we needed in the books and then used these companion pages with that. So don't feel like you have to do it from front to back, but that option is there as well. So just an example of how it works. So I showed you guys the very first page, which was kind of just an overview of temperate forests. When you read that, here's the notebooking pages. So there are 3 questions, kind of like journal responses that you can go through. Keeps going, and then it talks about forests are spread out all over our planet, but if you could somehow put them all together in one place, they would cover about 1/3 of our world. So it explains to them how to color 1/3 of this circle so they can understand out of the entire world how much would be forest biome. So that's kind of a fun like little addition just to visually see what we're talking about. So it's taking what you may have just read, or maybe if you have older kids, what they just read through, and it's kind of just talking about some knowledge checks and things like that. Then it just moves right on to, you can see at the title, it matches up with the very next section, and it goes like that. So it's kind of like a science notebook, but with prompts is really what it boils down to. It's going to ask questions. It's going to have some different activities, whether it's mapping, whether it's drawing pictures, you know, all different things. It's very simple, but that's what it is. So I know I love using like books like this in our homeschool. I have an entire shelf of like resource books, but a lot of times I don't end up using them because I don't have like a journal or like prompts to go through them. So I feel like I'm kind of just like reading, and I'm like, are my kids getting this? Are they understanding? And so that is why I really have started seeing what companion guides Daily Skill Building offers, and then finding the corresponding books with that. I want to give you a comparison. So what I was just showing was the K through 3. So you saw there was a lot more lines. The lines were like the dotted ones for practicing writing. Now we're moving into the grades 3 and older. So it's still is set up similarly, but the questions are going to be a little bit more advanced because it's for an older age level. So they have a little bit different questions. You can see they're spaced closer together, not as big of lines, not the dotted lines for writing. It has different questions and it has different activities. So you can read that kind of passage to all of your kids, but if you have the different age levels, then they're going to independently, or what I would recommend, probably work independently to complete these. And then you feel better because your younger kids are getting the correct age appropriate information and questions, and then your older kids are being challenged a little bit as well. So I really like that this is it's not extremely different, but it is geared to the different age levels, depending on how you're using it with your kids. So because they have 2 different age levels, you could use this with your entire family, which again is really amazing. I know I tend to do science as much as I can with all of my kids, so I really like when curriculum is kind of created that way. So if you're interested in purchasing this, the digital ebook, so you can go buy it right now and print it as you need. That's what I recommend if you have if you have multiple kids at the same level, and you have like a good printer. I know one of like the staple homeschool mom wish items is like an eco tank or just a good printer. You could get the digital download for $14.95, but I know like our first year of homeschool, I had to get everything printed because our printer just couldn't handle it. And so if you want daily skill building to print it, and it is great quality, these are kind of like a heavier duty paper, bound spiral, really nice. They are $29.95 per printed book, which is a great price. You probably couldn't get it printed for that price at like your office supply store. So if you don't want to waste ink, paper, or you don't have a printer that can handle printing a ton of pages, save your time, energy, save some money, and have them print it for you. Now, something kind of secret with daily skill building is they always have add-ons for their curriculum, but you don't get the option to buy these add-ons unless you're checking out. So if you're buying this, either the physical or digital, you'll see something pop up and it will say, do you want to add the add-ons? Now, these add-ons are super cute, especially if you are the type of mom that likes to make like a little table, like maybe where we're going to focus on the desert biome and you want to have like little decorations. These add-ons are really fun. They have some more activities. They have flashcards that I think you're really going to like. So the first one is they have nature fact cards, and there's like over 170 flashcards, I think. So they come in both a color option and a black and white option, again, depending on your printing needs. Now, this is a digital item. So I printed one. I didn't cut them out, but I printed it front and back. So you can see here's like an oak tree, and then on the back, it has some information. So these fact cards are for everything that your kids are going to learn about in the book. So they're for the different animals, the different plants, all of the different things. You could make flashcards. So you could print these out on cardstock. You can laminate them. And like I said, these would be fun to have just a little bit more hands-on, some practice with your kids. You could see if your kids are able to maybe identify some of these plants. So you could cover up the name of it and see if your kids can recognize them. Maybe they pick a couple and do a report on them. So this is one of the add-ons, and I want to say this is $6.99 if you add it onto your purchase. They have all the life cycle charts. So you also have the life cycles of all the animals, all the plants that you learn about. This is over, I don't think it tells me here, but again, it's like over 170 pages. And they all look pretty much the same. They say the name of the animal or plant. They have the cutouts of them and the different names of the life cycles that you can work through. So this is an octopus, this is a cicada. So those, like I said, I know life cycles are really fun for kids to see the progression of the different animals and plants that they're learning about. So this is another add-on as well, and this is $3.99 to get all of the life cycles added on. And then there's also a like journal coloring book, and so that, and I'm going to pop it up here to kind of flip through some of the pages on it. That is something that when I saw it, I really thought that my pre-K-er would like. I don't think he's old enough to have his own kindergarten and up notebook. I think he's still a little bit, maybe a year or two away from that. But when I saw this coloring book add-on, he'll fill a part of it. He can color the page. If he wants to practice his writing or whatever, there's that journal page for him that follows along pretty much the same topics that we're learning about, so he can sit in. So even your littlest ones who are just coloring and wanting to be a part of homeschool time, that add-on coloring book is also a really good option. So I didn't want you to miss those add-on options because they are kind of sneaky. So you can add those on. And again, those are all digital, so as soon as you purchase them, you can download and print them. This curriculum is so easy. I mean, it's truly open to go. You read your book and complete the corresponding companion pages. There's nothing crazy as far as too many activities. Now this book itself, I think it has some like science projects and activities, and that's up to you if you want to do those. However, this is pretty much like a journaling notebook, recapping what we did, going over some topics, some coloring, and pages. So just to give you some images of in the book, here it explains the difference between a dolphin and shark fin, some of the different whales. So that is talking about the seashore biome. The grassland ecosystem, animals, so this is talking about carnivores, herbivores, marsupials, predators, reptiles, amphibians. So again, this book and this companion guide together, I think is a really good introduction to science for new homeschoolers to kind of just cover the basics, see where your kids are at, and nature studies are always fun. So I have everything linked down below if you're interested in purchasing or learning more about the new Science Through Nature from Daily Skill Building. And like I said, I have a couple of these to give away. So if you're interested in entering the giveaway, that link is also down below. The giveaway is open for a week. All those details will be down below. Thanks so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoy learning about this new curriculum. If you have thoughts, comments, leave those down below. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to also answer those down below. Have a great day, guys, and we'll chat soon. Bye.